All right, we need to crank things up now because tonight we are celebrating not only 50 years of go-go, but 50 years of one of the go-go OGs. We are talking about Rare Essence, the DMV's own, and tonight Andre Whiteboy Johnson joins us live to celebrate. Andre, thank you so much for your patience.
We got a legend in our midst.
Absolute legend in our midst. Thank you so much for your patience and spending some time with us here tonight.
Thank you, guys. Yes, we appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, so first and foremost, for anyone out there watching this stream who is not familiar with go-go and Rare Essence, which shame on them, but talk to us a little bit about what it is that makes this so unique and part of DC's culture.
Well, first of all, it's the official music of Washington, D.C. It's been there for the longest time. What makes it unique is the fact that once the party starts, it just continues on and on and on and on. That's the reason that we call it go-go. So now when you go to a regular concert, the artist will play a song, stop, everybody claps.
Yeah.
And then they'll start the next song. No, we start, and then we don't stop until it's the end of the first set, and then we take it a break, and it's time to come back on for the second set. So we just keep moving.
Now let me ask you this: so with this great form of music, where it's a lot of endurance, you have to play throughout entire night, and you can't stop. What are some of the things that you have learned over the years in your craft that has helped you keep that endurance while also being creative enough to change some of the sounds to keep people engaged? It's not easy to do in one felt swoop. How do you do that throughout the years? How did you do that?
So first, you kind of got to be in shape, especially the percussionist, the drummer, the guitar player, the tamale player, because they are nonstop. Me being a guitar player, I get a break for a minute or two.
Okay, got it.
I'm still on stage, but everything has to keep moving. Once you really get into it, the fatigue doesn't really kick in because the adrenaline keeps you going.
Wow.
So it's just we just keep it moving.
Love that.
Andre, how has go-go music kind of changed over the 5 decades you have been a part of this scene? Not just here in the DMV, but also how has it kind of developed and gone mainstream and beyond the borders of just the DMV as well?
So it has gone beyond the DMV, definitely. But how it's changed is when we first started, we were able, things were more R&B driven, because at that time, hip hop wasn't really, it was just getting started then. Coming through the 90s is when hip hop really exploded. And that's when we started to incorporate some hip hop into what we were doing. And now it's just, we're kind of all over the place. We got R&B, hip hop. We had some pop things that we like Pieces of Me when we put that in. So it's just being able to change with the times. And that's part of the reason that we've been able to be around for so long.
What I've always been just in awe of is how you can take on these like different melodic or melody driven. I can't talk tonight. Melody driven changes and do it all in one set. And I've always wondered how you communicate throughout a set to make it go to a different section or transition it. How do you communicate during an entire set, even if you have a 1 minute break, to make sure that you all feel in touch with the music, in sync, but also that you're playing to what the audience is looking for in that moment?
So a lot of since we've been doing it for so long, we've been able to just learn how to go in and out of different melodic lines and chord changes and all of that. As far as the audience is concerned, as long as they're dancing and having a good time, then we know that we're doing something right. The minute they stop dancing and start just looking at you, then we have to change it, because it's like they just wonder on what we're doing.
Got it.
So that's been part of our secret for the longest time.
Because I've always just been just so in awe of how you're able to communicate that. Even when people are still dancing, you know where to go to the next thing. You know what sound's going to make sense. It really is a brilliance, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, once you get to know the audience and they get to know you and the musicians, I mean, at one point we were playing 6, 7 nights a week. So you kind of get to know each other, and you don't necessarily have to say whole phrases, or, you know, you can just give a head nod, like, we're going here. And they know exactly what you mean. So that it's the verbal and the nonverbal communication that we've nailed down over all these years.
So, Andre, I want to talk a little bit about the past, and I want to talk a little bit about the future, because obviously you can't talk about go-go music here in Washington, D.C. and not think of Chuck Brown as well. But also,
Absolutely.
You've been carrying this torch for go-go music for 5 decades now. Not that you have any plans on passing it along anytime soon, but is the future bright for go-go music? Are those new acts still coming up?
Yes, they are. The future is bright. There is a younger generation that is coming up behind us, and a lot of it is people's kids that have been coming to see us. We get a lot of people that say, "Hey, look, my son just turned 21, and he wanted to come out to see y'all, and he wants you to play." One on One, which is the very first song that we wrote. Now, if that kid is 21, he was nowhere near around when we wrote that song. Yeah. But when he heard the song from his parents, when they're riding in the car, when they're cleaning up on Saturday afternoons or something like that, that's where he learned to like that song from. So stuff like that, the music being passed down from parent to child, and then also when people would go away to college, they'd go away with a whole case full of PA tapes. So they're blasting the tapes in the dorms, which also got people from other cities, from Atlanta, from Chicago, from New York, that got them into the music. So that helped to bring us to a bunch of different cities.
What do you think is the one thing about Washington, D.C.'s character and just its foundation that made it such a great match with go-go music to be the center of it? What is it about this incredible city?
Well, go-go music is community-driven. D.C. has always been, certain parts of D.C., I should say, has always been about community. Yeah. So that's actually how we got started, playing in the park, playing for free, playing at a block party, playing at a community center. Marion Barry, shout out to the late Marion Barry, because yes, we were part of his summer youth program, his summer youth jobs program, where we would play 2 or 3 times a week for 6 weeks in the summer at different parks and different places all around the city. So without that, we may have been stuck, really just in Southeast, but we were moving all around the city. So all of that plays into the fact that, go-go is here and it's going to be here.
Andre, for all our viewers on Fox Local, the Fox 5 News at 10 is coming up next. But if you're watching on
yes,
YouTube right now, before we let you go, where can people catch Rare Essence next?
We're at Aqua every Saturday night. That's on New York Avenue. We have